And the race finally starts after waiting what feels like an eternity, about 20 minutes worth of time gone. We lost so much cars. We started with 12, and now we're down to 7. Already up in the first two corners. We got a penalty from one of the orange BMWs, which is expected because penalties here suck. Everyone hates them. This Paul Ricard, you can't afford to have a penalty because every penalty here is about 7 seconds long. It looks like Bass is leading. One of his teammates got a penalty. I think it's Luca. I think it's Luca with a penalty. Bass already has a decent lead. Where the it's just sitting there. One of the BMW drivers is just sitting there for some reason. I don't know why. If you already have two falling behind, Mass in a big lead, these four at a cluster of each other. Enzo gets a really good exit in that corner. Overtakes one of the orange BMWs in the process. And here comes this corner. Everyone hates this corner. We're gonna see a penalty here for sure. No? Oh, one of the orange BMWs gets a penalty. Luke gets a chance to overtake Elplex, the BMW who got the penalty. Doesn't look like it was enough borrowed time from him. Lap 2 of 18, Massa's still leading. Dennis in a close second. Enzo in third. He's the only white BMW in here right now. He's also racing in VRs. This is extremely entertaining for him. Everyone else is falling behind. So much separation for only 2 laps of the race. Everyone's pace is completely different from each other, and one of the orange BMWs gets a penalty. It's Game who gets the penalty. Elplix and Luca have an opportunity to catch up, but the penalty didn't last that long. It lasted about 2 seconds, which wasn't enough for him to catch up. What's the straight called again? The Mistral straight? I have no idea. This is the only part of the entire track I know how to pronounce properly. Maybe it's not even pronounced like that. I don't know. I don't really care though. Mass P1, Dennis P2, Enzo P3, the game in P4, Elplix P5, Luca P6, but he goes off the track and gets. Never mind. Somehow he didn't get a penalty, even though it's Paul Ricard of all places. Somehow he doesn't get a penalty. The grid is already separated from each other. We originally had 12 drivers, but we lost half of it because of a big delay. This would be so much cooler if we had double the amount. Lap 3 of 18. Turn 1. Alright, nothing yet. So the Floppy Fighter Racing team, they're the ones that are leading this race, but they're also the ones that are dead last in this race. Wait, one of the orange BMW slips. Their car gets stuck. Luca passes. He's no longer dead last. He's P5 now on the grid. And that's gonna take a big comeback. I don't really expect anything to happen on this big straight. It would be impossible for you to get a penalty here. Wait, where did this orange BMW come from? Who's driving it? I don't know who's driving it, but they're about to get lapped by all the people in podium positions. Just got lapped by Mass, Dennis, and Enzo. And it looks to soon be overtaken by the rest of the grid even. It looks like Luca gets a penalty. Game has a chance to catch up. He's going to catch up. He's going to pass him. No, he doesn't. Luca takes it. Can't speak. I'm just going to stop. Lap 4, I believe. Yeah, lap 4. It looks like it's becoming nighttime now on the track. Doesn't really change anything. Enzo's got this. He's I don't know. He's about 1 to 2 seconds away from P1 right now. Mass is the leader of the race. The positions haven't really changed. The other four are just it's just it's just three orange BMWs and Luca. Enzo isn't speaking right now. It it looks like Enzo is catching up to Dennis in P2. The gap between the two is halved now than it was during the straight. I don't know if it's slipstream. I don't know if he made a mistake. The camera wasn't on them at the time. Dennis takes a line farther on the outside. Doesn't mean anything though. Yeah, this is going to be the first race of the BMW Challenge. Nobody has a lead in either championship. It's going to be determined in once this race is over, from lap 5, if I remember correctly. But how was that Enzo wasn't even halfway past the curbing and he got a penalty. That's it's very weird, very unusual. Floppy Fighter Racing. This is such a funny name. Is in a P1 and P5 right now. Both of their drivers. The orange team is the only team that has all three cars on the grid right now. They're P6, P4, and P7. Maybe not even P7, maybe. Yeah, P7. Never mind then. We haven't even seen a single penalty from Mass or Dennis yet. Very impressive for a track like this. Oh, Luca gets a penalty. The orange BMW team in P7 finally has an opportunity to pass him. And he does, because Luca gets two back-to-back penalties. And what just happened? He just the orange BMW just drives straight into a barrier for no reason. I don't know why he would do that. Could be a controller disconnection. But we're on lap 6 right now, and Dennis is slowly catching up to Mass, who's the leader of the race currently. The gap is now below a second. They just finished S1, moving on to. We have another orange BMW that's just stationary. It's not moving at all. It's going to get lapped now. I still think there's slipstream in the main game, but it's just not as effective. I don't even know if he's close enough to get any. I wouldn't. Just maybe. Just maybe. S2's over. I wonder if we're going to see a penalty from either of them over here. Doesn't look like it. I can see that at this specific corner over here, Mastake starts way farther on the outside than everyone else. And it looks like it's working. About to head on to the 7th lap of this 18-lap race, and Mass goes too far on the outside. But that's not a penalty somehow. Should have been a penalty, but it wasn't. He keeps the lead. He got very lucky there. I wish I could. The basket slows down. I think he got a delayed penalty. The game does that sometimes, where your penalty gets delayed only for a certain time, and Enzo overtakes him too. Mass drops down to P3. He's got a lot of ground to make up. He lost so many seconds from that one mistake. Ricard is really harsh with their track limits. More than any other track in Project Track Pay. I love the sound of the BMW. One of the best sounding cars in the game for sure. It's mainly the transmission that carries though. You can hear him lifting the throttle when he takes that corner, even though you can take it flat out. He might be losing time there. Mass has a lot of ground to make up here. Dennis creates a big gap on both of them. It looks to be about 3 or 4 seconds big. Let's see. Oh, it's way worse than that. It's like double the size, like 6 or 7 seconds. Lap 8, I believe. What's happening with all the other drivers on the grid? Other than the top 3. No, nothing really. They're just extremely separated from each other. Positions didn't really change that much for the others. I wish they had TV spectating in this game. Otherwise, it would look so much better than just walking around with a free cam. And I think Mass is actually building a gap on Enzo. I don't remember the gap being this big before the next lap. It looks to be 3 or 4 second gap. We're down. We're down. We're down to six. We're down to six drivers. The seventh driver left. Understandably, this this race is going to be pretty boring for the most part. Most of the grid is separated from each other. Well, the entire grid is separated from each other by multiple seconds at a time. You better see something interesting happen soon. I don't know if we'll see that though. Heading into the ninth lap. It's gonna look so cool. Okay, well, not that cool. That was better. That was better. Oh wait, what happened with Enzo? The gap increases again by so much. Enzo's starting to fall behind from Mass, and Mass is starting to fall behind from Dennis. It's, it's not looking good for Mass and Dennis right now. I mean, Mass and Enzo. I'd say that's about a 5 second gap. Back on the Mistral straight. I wonder how much different it would be if we use this part of the track as well, and not just the big Mistral straight. Want to see it with just sharp turn here. That would be interesting to watch. It would create a new terrible CC zone and would make the track even longer and make a sub 2 minute impossible. And the leader of the race, Dennis, is pitting for a new set of tires on the 10th lap of the race. And it looks like Enzo does the same. I think Amass is gonna go for an overcut attempt because he still hasn't pitted. It looks like one of the orange BMWs is doing the same. And actually, I think they're stuck. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, what? What is happening? Enzo gets stuck. He has to find a way to get out. He's going to be out of this race if he doesn't find a way to get out of here. I think you can escape if you just go fast enough when you reverse. He's going to get overtaken by everyone else. There's going to be lots of time loss. I don't even know how you let this happen. What is going on? It's not just him. It's an orange BMW too. How difficult is this? How difficult is it to pit for new tires? I don't understand. It's gonna create an unbelievable lead from Dennis. I know he's racing in the VR, but he just drove himself into a grass patch that he can't get out of. It it looks like the race is over for him. Uh, this orange BMW still hasn't left. It looks like Mass is finally going to go for a pit stop, and he's going to be confuzzled by what he's seeing in the pit lane. Oh, but gives Dennis an opportunity to overtake. It's going to be a drag race. We're on the 11th lap. Mass's headlights are still on, and he finishes his pit stop ahead of Dennis. The overcut was successful, and he leads the race now. For some reason, their headlights are still on in broad daylight. Wait, we have three BMWs stuck in the pit lane. This is the very interesting thing we needed to happen. Are these two just bugged? What's going on? It looks like Luca's team, Flappy Fighter Racing, are in contention for a double podium finish. I love this BMW sound. Did Enzo leave the pits? Did he escape finally, or is he out of the race? What's happening? I don't see him in the pit lane anymore. Darn, he's back to racing, but he's lost so much time. I don't know if he'll be able to make up for everything that happened. Surely there's no way to make a comeback from this, right? Surely it would be impossible to make a comeback. I don't know, but it looks like he's actually close to getting lapped by the leaders in in this track, where the average hop time is like a minute 59 or a minute 58 in these cars. Apparently, off camera, Dennis overtook the Mass, and now he's leading, but not by much, by about half a second probably. Mass is can probably get some slipstream to catch up in the slightest on the Mistral straight. Both are about to turn in. Did they take it flat out, or are they going to do a small lift? It looks like Mass takes it flat out. Dennis is still doing the small lift he's doing. He's losing time from doing it, but he doesn't even know it. But it doesn't matter because he gained time on these extra corners. Mass takes a line farther on the outside, makes the gap the same length again. Final two corners. Both start really far on the outside to have a fast exit speed. Oh, but Mass screws up. I don't know. I don't know what happened with the camera either, but he just. Oh, that's like. He just tripled the gap size by whatever he did on the final corner. His car just came to a very abrupt stop. I'm not sure what could have caused that. Maybe he accidentally was braking instead of accelerating, or was an unreasonable penalty. Those are the only two things I can think of. I think we're on lap 12 or 13 right now. About 5 laps to go. I want to know how close they are to lapping out Enzo. Enzo, you can turn your headlights off now. It's it's uh it's the afternoon by now. It's the afternoon right now. It's track. You don't need the headlights on anymore. I don't think that's his biggest concern right now. I think his biggest concern is trying to not get lapped and actually finish the race rather than turning off some headlights. I think I saw Mass sliding a bit over there already, even though he pitted for new tires not that long ago. Maybe his driving style is just more aggressive. Because the BMW practically has infinite grip. Where is everyone else on track? I don't know where anyone else is. How many? There's probably like four. Oh, five. That works too. Down by one again. Luca gets another slowdown penalty. Enzo might actually overtake Luca. Actually, no. No, who am I kidding? That's not. Luca wouldn't let that happen to him, right? He's like, I don't know, it's got to be like 10 seconds ahead at least. But if he keeps making mistakes like that, Enzo's going to eventually decrease the gap enough to where he gets overtaken. I need to figure out what the gap is between the two. Ten and a half second gap between the two, which makes sense. Now I'm counting 9 seconds. Did he decrease the gap that quickly? I don't know. Where did Mass and Dennis go? They're probably on the straight right now. Oh yeah, there they are. The gap is still the same as it always was. I think so. It actually looks like a big gap than it used to be. So Enzo gets the it looks like he got a penalty there. I couldn't quite tell. But it looks like he was taking that corner way slower than it should have been taken. Nothing yet. Nothing's really happening right now. But I think Dennis and Mass are on their final laps. Oh, basket's a penalty. He went off track there, I saw. He's even farther behind now. The gap is like 3 seconds. We're gonna see a penalty from Luca. We are. That's gonna be a penalty. Enzo's even closer now. That's gonna decrease the gap by so much. Enzo can probably see Luca right now. This was the opportunity Enzo needed to catch up. He's doing exactly that. The gap is less than 2 seconds heading onto the final corner. Enzo's much more aggressive now that he actually sees Luca ahead of him. Come on. We need an overtake to happen. Come on. Come on. I believe in you, Enzo. I I could see how Enzo was taking these corners faster than Luca too. Enzo has never been closer to overtaking. The gap is less than a second. He might even get slipstream from Luca if he's close enough. Can this recam not go any faster? Apparently not. This will have to do. We go into this corner. You take it flat out, or you're going to take it with a lift. Oh, Enzo goes concerningly far off track, but it wasn't deemed a penalty by Project Track Day. Oh, Lucas starts too far on the outside. Enzo finally gets an overtake after what possibly could have happened in the pit lane. I'm going to be questioning him so much about what happened in the pit lane when this race is over. But yeah, I can see Luca drifting as well. It has to be like the final 2 laps by now. Or maybe even the final lap. Okay, this has to be like the final lap or something. You can't make any mistakes now. Luca's actually on track to get lapped by Dennis. Anything gonna happen? Oh wait, Luca gets a penalty on one of the fastest corner in this entire track. He's looking You get lapped by Dennis now. You can clearly see that Sector 3 is Luca's worst part of the track. He goes really far on the outside. The gap is less than a second. He goes too far off again. He gets lapped by two drivers, his teammate and Dennis. It looks like the race is about to finish from here. Yep. Dennis and Mass finished. Dennis P1, Mass P2. Nobody else finished the race yet. I think it's only Enzo and Luca off track, and Whistle is spectating. I think that's what's up. Unless that's him. No, that's Alplix. He's still racing. It's going to be a podium finish for him. Looks like it's going to be exactly that. He's zigzagging and everything. P3 from Alplix. And now the race is finally over. So what was extremely confusing and took a very long time to start. Is Enzo not done? Oh, he's not. Oh, wait, he's not finished. Yep. Wow.